In the quaint town of Burlington, Iowa, an impromptu gathering took place that will forever be etched in the memories of all those involved. It was a Halo LAN party like no other, and its inception was nothing short of spontaneous. The idea, if one could even call it that, emerged as a simple Craigslist ad. Bring your Xbox 360, a TV, and an extension cord, $100 cash prize. It was a humble proposal, hastily crafted by a group of friends who sought little more than some good-natured competition. The plan, or lack thereof, was to rent the gym of a nearby church. It was supposed to be an intimate gathering, a cozy get-together with perhaps 10 enthusiasts. But fate had other ideas. Word of the gathering spread like wildfire. Halo aficionados from near and far caught wind of this unique event, and their enthusiasm knew no bounds. People from as far away as Indiana were willing to endure a grueling 3.5-hour drive just to be a part of this spontaneous gaming marathon. On the fateful day, the turnout exceeded all expectations. What was meant to be a modest gathering blossomed into a full-blown gaming extravaganza. Approximately 150 avid gamers descended upon the church gymnasium, transforming it into a buzzing hive of energy and excitement. As the hours ticked by, the event evolved into a logistical challenge. Keeping score amidst the chaos became increasingly intricate. The frenzy reached its peak with the overwhelming turnout. But as the day transitioned into evening, and some participants decided to call it a night, the environment gradually regained a sense of order and camaraderie. The Burlington Halo LAN party wasn't just about pixels and scores. It was an unplanned, unconventional celebration of shared passions, fueled by the desire for friendly competition and a good time. It was a testament to the boundless enthusiasm and dedication of gamers who, when summoned by the call of combat and camaraderie, would travel across state lines to partake in a thrilling LAN party, creating memories that would endure for years to come. As a lonely student from New York, studying abroad in London, I yearned for an escape from my everyday life. I didn't want to engage with anyone from London or my friends from back home, so I hatched a plan to find a pen pal. My chosen platform, Craigslist. Specifically, I posted in the strictly platonic section in California, hoping to strike up a conversation with someone from the opposite coast. In my initial post, I was quite open about my loneliness, but I soon discovered that Craigslist could be a haven for the creepy and the curious. My first attempts at finding a pen pal, whether it was clearly specified that I was looking for a woman or just generally seeking an email exchange, drew a plethora of unsettling messages from men. Evidently, my approach needed a tweak. Frustrated and somewhat disillusioned, I decided to try a different approach. Then I stumbled upon an ad from a middle-aged man seeking another man for platonic email correspondence. His story struck a chord with me. Like me, he was grappling with loneliness and longed for someone to connect with. So I decided to adopt an alternative persona. I tweaked my throwaway email account's name to appear more masculine, creating a fictional identity. My first email to him was lengthy, detailing various aspects of my life, albeit from the perspective of this male alter ego. He responded, and to my surprise, we clicked immediately. We shared an appreciation for many of the same topics, and it became evident that we were both profoundly lonely individuals seeking solace in this digital connection. Our correspondence blossomed without a hitch, despite the occasional blip due to the time zone difference between the UK and the US. Whenever I sent an email late at night, I'd simply pass it off as a result of late-night study sessions. We found ourselves discussing personal matters, family dynamics, theology, and notably, our experiences as LGBTQ+ individuals. As our digital friendship deepened, he shared poignant details about his life as a single gay man, serving as a caregiver to his mother. His brother, who was also gay, had embarked on a marriage, and this fact seemed to stir complex emotions in him. Our conversations were cathartic, illuminating the intertwined complexities of our lives, even if they were based on my fictional identity. For several months, we maintained this unique bond. We exchanged emails multiple times a day, shared intriguing articles and links, and even sent pictures of fascinating sights we encountered, all while I diligently guarded my secret of residing in England. However, as the connection grew stronger, a pivotal moment arose. He sent me a heartfelt email declaring his love for the fictitious persona I had created and proposed the idea of us meeting on the West Coast to start a new life together. I was taken aback by the depth of his emotions, realizing that he had opened his heart to this fabricated persona. Unsure of how to navigate this delicate situation, I chose to do nothing. I promptly logged out of the email address and refrained from revisiting it. I eventually moved back to the United States, leaving me with no knowledge of what transpired in the life of the man I had shared such an intense connection with. And that, my friends, is how I inadvertently became a catfish, all thanks to the quirky realm of Craigslist's strictly platonic page. One day, on a complete whim, I found myself scrolling through online listings, searching for the elusive treasure of my childhood dreams: Legos. The desire to amass a colossal collection of these colorful bricks, something my 10-year-old self had yearned for, had never really faded. And now, it seemed, the universe was guiding me towards fulfilling that dream. The listings were a mixed bag of nostalgia. Some offered vintage Lego sets. Others were a mishmash of old bricks and incomplete collections. A few daring sellers were peddling single sets with hefty price tags, often leaving me questioning whether my quest for Legos was a futile one. Then, just when my hopes began to wane, I stumbled upon a beacon of promise. There it was, a listing that beckoned with potential. A gentleman offering what appeared to be a substantial Lego collection for a mere $120. My heart raced with excitement. This could be the golden ticket to my childhood dreams. Without hesitation, I decided to reach out to the seller. However, to my dismay, his response came with a small dose of discouragement. The seller informed me that someone else had expressed interest in the Lego trove already. The ad had been live for just 45 minutes, and competition was fierce. But I couldn't let this opportunity slip through my fingers so easily. I knew I had to act decisively. With determination in my words, I replied, explaining my earnest intent to purchase the collection if he could just give me a few more days before we met for the exchange. To my delight, he agreed to the arrangement. As the appointed day arrived, we found ourselves in a nondescript parking lot. It was an ordinary meeting place for what would soon become an extraordinary transaction. The seller and I exchanged polite greetings, and without further ado, the Legos emerged. Out came one Rubbermaid container filled to the brim with Lego bricks. Then another, followed by a third, each promising a wealth of building potential. The sight was awe-inspiring, but the best was yet to come. Shoeboxes and unopened Lego sets followed, spilling into the space around us. It was an unexpected revelation of plastic gold, a treasure trove of imagination and creativity. As I loaded up these priceless building blocks into my car, I couldn't help but sneak a peek at one of the sets. My eyes landed on a Lego police station, dating back a few years, which alone was worth $120. In that one moment, the purchase had already paid for itself, and the grin on my face stretched from ear to ear. The sheer volume of Lego treasure soon became evident, filling up my PT Cruiser with Lego-filled containers, reaching up to my shoulders. The best part, the seller had no inkling of the true worth of his offering. He had thought he was merely parting with his kids' toys to a fellow dad, clueless about the treasure trove he had unintentionally bestowed upon a Lego enthusiast. The journey led by spontaneity had turned out to be a day of incredible fortune, delivering an estimated $2,000 worth of Lego bricks and sets. It was a day when dreams became reality, a day to remember for a lifetime. Back in November 2007, a close friend stumbled upon a rather peculiar opportunity, a chance to obtain a brand new Xbox 360, complete with all the trimmings. To sweeten the deal, It included a coveted copy of Halo 3 and the usual sports game suspects. The kicker? This gaming bounty was on offer for the incredible price of $0. It was a deal that piqued his interest, for he had nothing to lose, and it was nestled in a nice part of town. With curiosity bubbling, he decided to seize the opportunity, unaware that a unique twist was awaiting him. There was a catch, but the cost was not measured in dollars. Instead, the man behind this giveaway had an unusual request. He wanted to retain all the boxes and packaging for the console and games. It was a peculiar condition, one that immediately raised questions in my friend's mind. Intrigued, my friend inquired about the reason behind this seemingly odd request. The man explained that he was planning to present his son with an unusual gift on Christmas morning: a lump of coal. While my friend didn't delve into the details, he could read the unspoken narrative etched across the man's face and conveyed through his somber tone. It was evident that the young lad, for reasons unbeknownst to my friend, was destined to receive this unorthodox Christmas offering. In the months that followed, my friend and I indulged in countless Halo 3 gaming sessions, forging countless digital adventures and battling our virtual foes. But amidst the joy of the game, there lingered a thought, a reflection on the impending Christmas morning of that young boy. It left us contemplating the myriad emotions and perplexities that must have danced through his mind. While we may never know the complete story behind that unusual Christmas, it remains etched in our memory, a curious tale from a crisp November day that still lingers in the recesses of our minds.